in Burbank, and they've worked together for over 4 years. So this is an amazing, real kind of FA Reese. So we'll just let you guys take it away. Just maybe give it a quick intro, and then we'll probably get some people up to answer or ask questions. Okay. All right. Thanks. That's what I do.
Yeah, as Alex said, guys, I think we'll just open the floor in a sec. But before we get started, I think from all of us, thank you for being here. Thank you for participating, showing up. Like, I'm sure we're all feeling it, but it's so surreal to be faces today. It's really good to be on this side of the world, traveling again. So it's big thanks to us for turning out. Really. Thank you. Well, yeah, why?
Yeah, we had a short meeting outside to make sure David could go off script.
I didn't get my one page yet. That's so I wasn't sure. Yeah, just really one thing. But all the things that which they would want. There's quite a few our team members made it. There's few bigger about. Hopefully, we let it.
Yeah.
That's a VeVe Con. You heard it here first.
Yeah. So thanks. Yeah.
We got to
That's good. Yeah.
thanks to everyone for setting up. It's been quite real.
Should I go around the crowd with the fake mic now?
Yeah.
Give me a first thing. There you go.
Yeah, I was going to say, a while ago we were talking about like expansions. So, like, agents, like, how expansions with agents.
Yeah. My primary job day to day, obviously, to look forward next 2-3 years. We want to get more content from Asia. Anime, let's be honest, the Japanese market is a new market that we really want to open up. There are a few things that's holding back, not just the license, really about the language barrier. You know, a lot of people are looking for localization, which is something we're working on. But before that happened, we've recently launched the web app, as you know, and that is really the start of it. And language, well, let Dan explain when that will be coming out. Language,
Yeah. It's on the list.
Just quickly, if everybody can along the wall kind of take a step down so more people can come in. I think that people.
Yeah, you can sit in the middle here.
Sit in the middle. Just kind of
space here.
down. Yeah, there's plenty of space there. All right. Anybody else?
And pretty much, you guys can ask anything. This is the first live AMA we're doing. So
Wait,
might be the last one. Well,
When Pokemon.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Stop with that.
Good. Want to come up or you want to? Yeah.
So, my question is more around is it something that's
probably a bit later on. I mean, the whole interoperability side of things is actually governed by the license laws. So for example, our bigger partners like Marvel, Disney, etc. They're still a bit nervous about, setting their IP out into the wild, so to speak, and they really sort of trust the platform because it is a closed environment. But really, what we want to do is make sure that VeVe is on par with, every other platform out there. So, we actually want to retain, all of them on the platform, but we do understand that interoperability is a big thing in the crypto space. So, watch this space.
Yeah, and just to further that a little bit, a lot of our IP owners have given us the rights to do it, but we're just not quite ready. We also recognize a lot of the marketplace. People do scam, people do put fake things up. And we're working to clean that up as well with our partners. And that really security is the main bit. We want people to use VeVe and think of the NFT we do and trust our brand, trust, how they operate. That's the number one goal.
There's more people trying to come in, so if anybody could make some
Squeeze
room,
it on,
filter down, speak
mean,
down along the wall, if you could. Popular draw. All right.
It's a lot.
Anybody else? Right over here.
The fact that during the stocks, whatever, did you change anything the way you have
In short answer, I think yes. The truth is yes. We have slowed down some of our major brands. We have a couple really big releases that we've held back, and I think it's a couple of things. Number one is the KYC. We want to make sure all the users are participating, getting verified on the KYC side. And once all that's ready, then we'll be dropping a couple of major, I think, big brands, maybe October, November, you'll see the band.
We've also changed the structure of drops, right? We're not doing 5 poses anymore. We have that kind of match the demand. Yeah.
And a couple of things about the editions and the poses. And we just want to make sure our users understand some of these assets of digital collectibles are the first time they're ever going to be appear in digital format. And you have to think right now the user might be only very small, but in 4, 5, 10 years, we're hoping to onboard up to 30, 40, 50 million users. When you have that many users and you only release first appearance of certain heroes in such a small quantity, it's going to create a huge issue. It's almost like going to buy first appearance of Spider-Man right now. We have to pay 25 to 80,000, and some people paying 3.2 million for that comic. What we don't want to see is a huge inflationary suddenly overnight. We want to see a steady growth. But VeVe is about getting more and more mass market users. Once the users start to come in, the importance of these characters will be very significant. They'll be very relevant. Why you have different poses, Batman or Spider-Man or these things. It's very, very hard for us as a company to choose one pose or one collectible. That's very, very difficult. So, and we already start to see a lot of the collectibles no longer getting their FA. They're getting, I think, which one? Recently, they didn't get an FA in the Marvel group. Mr. Fantastic, for example. So the FA of that is their original when they first came out, and you'll see this continue to go down. So a lot of people go, well, everything is FA. Well, that's not true. We already start to see, and we're only on the second year of the app, and we already start to see non-FA characters are coming out.
One, I might throw a question to you guys as well. Just talk about growing that user base. And obviously, like events like this are one of those ways to target that market. But can we share some of those, our plan here, or how we're?
Yeah. So we always knew that there was NFT bubble, right? Same as .com boom back in the 2000s, and that's why NFTs last year were just so crazy. Everyone knew about them. Now that we're seeing that bubble soften, which is something that we've always anticipated was going to happen. We're going to start really cranking up our paid marketing or our more active marketing. For example, specifically targeting Disney fans or specifically targeting Star Wars fans, really driving them into the app because we've got such a big range of collectibles now. We can really start to target these users more specifically. So 2023, you can expect see a lot of that activity going on.
You can stop asking.
I was just going to say, is that win marketing?
But thank you for answering it for me. Yeah, appreciate that.
It's not something you have to do a lot of, though. You just get the brands to market for you. Is it not in their interest to?
They might share some posts or whatever, but ultimately they're an IP holder. Right? It's not up to them. They might do it if they want to promote or push a specific drop, but ultimately it's on us.
Yeah, it's similar. You don't see these big brands help you market the latest T-shirt or marks that you're bringing out or mouse pad. It's up to the licensee to push that. Yeah.
Yeah, but the fact that they earn fees every time it sells and buys,
Yes.
different from the.
Yeah, logically.
That's not to say that they don't want anything to do with promoting it. It just has to be very calculated on it because they have so many.
And most of them they do.
Yeah,
They do support, and it's just coordinating a certain time. And our fans probably have seen a lot of the stuff that we brought out as called running with some theatrical release with movies. That's really cool marketing already. You're releasing something that's day-to-day release, which is very difficult to do for a lot of these IP because we get a lot of sensitive information way advanced before a movie comes out and so on.
Okay, perfect.
For the vertical, when we
Oh yeah. Okay. The next vertical we're looking at is sports and music. We're still trying to work out what is the best way to make it relevant for our VeVe audience. It is quite important that we're not just bringing out a collectible for the sake of what other people do. We really want to bring a premium product out. And more our users are asking you utility value of it. So we want to make sure that we come with a very good offering. So, you will want to keep it and you will want to own it. Yeah, we want to make sure that we have a good lineup of things all together and then promote it as a overall. I mean, you sing a lot of the comic, you sing a lot of the superhero. Like this week, for example, is all about artists, celebrating artists. And in the month of September, I think we're going fully quiet, even on, one of our biggest licensors. We almost will not release anything for the month of September coming up. And you guys will see it, and it will be something else.
I mean, we are releasing something.
Yeah.
Not as frequent as what we normally do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, right in the back. I think you have one, right? We've been building the engine behind it quietly behind the picture. We really think at this moment, this is my take of the metaverse right now. Number one is we all know everyone's building their own engine, so it's not going to be interoperable. That's one. Number two is most of the social company out there, they all have their mandate. With VeVe, it's going to be slightly different because we don't really use your data. If you're not paying for an app, you basically have the product yourself, and it's something that we don't believe in. We really want you guys own that collectible. You can do things with it. With the metaverse, how I see is I don't want to go in there and my friend in Australia or in UK and Europe, they all in different time zone. They go into the space and they don't see each other because they're different. And you go in 4 or 5 times, you lose interest because your mates are not in there. So you never log back in. So the way we want to do it is we do want to take small parts, small chunk, and build it up as we go. And the truth is, we could launch it at the end of this year. It's really up to this gentleman next to me to decide. Yeah.
So we're basically going to really evolve into the metaverse. The whole process of our approach to the metaverse is that we're just going to take baby steps. Which is the first stage of that is massive upgrade to showrooms. It'll basically become your VeVe home, and it's totally awesome, by the way. And then after that, from our perspective, we really just want to see what our users do, what they want, how they kind of act and interact inside these interactive worlds. And from there, we actually do have a plan of where we want to go, but Metaverse is really still evolving, so we kind of want to take a bit of a baby step approach to it. But to answer your question,
Yeah, it is very different than what everyone else is building out there. It's unreal, basically.
well, it's Unity.
Now
Do you guys foresee a world where you can walk around your house and look at all your collectibles? And how do you think that works in the sense of Apple, for example, said to you, no, you can't use it on R1? How would you go and get someone to make the glasses, or how would you envisage that playing out?
There's going to be a provider out there, whether it's Apple or any provider, Microsoft. Somebody is going to release AI glasses or eventually contact lenses. I personally believe like that's exactly where the world will go, and it'll replace our phones. You won't even need to see drag out the screen. But in that world is what they call XR, which is mixed reality. So in my room, I might have my Batman, but anything. But that is really going to the
I want to give it to the kids.
maybe like five plus three or four. But ultimately, that's where we always claim that VeVe is essentially a business provider.
You guys also.
So for developers, mostly on there, but we actually, like give some specific people. Our recruitment people, they won't put up a job post. They'll go out and find very specific people on LinkedIn, reach out to them. So we, rather than having like a very, very big team, we always want to stay quite small because that means that we can be very agile. So we have, more of a high density workforce where everyone is really quite skilled at what they do. But you're right. Yeah, we will. Yeah. So that all of that kind of stuff will happen with the new Metaverse type thing. Yeah.
I think part of that is discussed having badges within the showroom as part of MCP. Great.
Yo, what's up, guys? In 2018, you guys started. What's in regards to gamification?
2018 is probably way out of date.
Yeah, but in regards to gamification, we talked about we were working with Big Red Button. It's not me. Are those still kind of possible? Or is that still something? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just checked the market.
Yeah. But you do have to keep in mind, outside just VeVe, we do have other gaming company partnering with us that's utilizing, whether it's OMI, the Komi side of things, leveraging of that relationship, and you will see more and more to be announced.
But also, yeah, in the metaverse, we will have certain gaming areas. Like, for example, and this is just totally example, disclaimer, like there could be a racetrack world where, all of the cars you've got, you go race with pink slips,
Yeah.
So, something like that, like that. We might end up going down that path, but like I say, we really want to see where that technology evolves.
Oh, yes.
It won't be metaverse, but it'll just be we will. What do we call it? The DBH? No.
The digital black hole.
Yeah.
So I guess we are going to be bringing out new scarcity of collectibles. You know, in the company, what you see out there right now, what's being released is the finished product. We will be launching, for example, there's going to be a couple of new categories. Possibly one of them's hard to find. Items that it's very hard to find as a collectible. We have seen the Red celebrating the Marvel 83rd birthday, released the metallic red. That is one of the first few we're trialing out of that.
And I think we were going to do.
Then we're going to do. We have some prototypes. Okay, so the prototypes might be very rare, like 1 of 10 or 1 of 5 collectibles, and then the users can trade in X amount of their commons for one of these prototypes to swap, and then we will burn whatever you trade in with the companies. So, and that would help to take these commons or uncommons out of circulation. So, for example, if you want to trade a super rare, big brand name prototype and 1 in 5 NFT, the requirement might be 30 commons and 5 uncommons and 1 super rare. And then when you swap that with us, we'll basically burn those, and they will go down burning. We are going to come up with mechanisms, try to work out how it works still. And our lawyers are working around, the legality around it. So we're waiting for all that to happen before we just, announce what's the first one coming out.
That's what we referred to in the past as burn events.
Yeah, correct.
And the ones left, there will be a countdown of the ones left? Or
Yep, so there'll be additional metadata which says the total circulating supply at launch, how many have been burned, and what the remaining supply is.
And you will start to see.
Yeah, that's get started on that.
Yeah. And we will be retiring some of these collectibles that you see in the store for a number of months now. We might do that by giving you guys the last warning to buy, basically, before we take it off the platform.
That'd be a permanent design.
Yeah. And it is going to happen. So I'm here to. I guess we can announce that it's going to happen.
But yeah, essentially, I mean, VeVe has been blessed with 1 second sellout since our launch because of the NFT bubble. But that was never like our intention. We always expected the store would be stocked with collectibles. And so we do anticipate that in the future, stuff just won't sell out. I mean, that's just a normal thing. But if we're still selling like 10,000 editions in 5 minutes, I mean, it's still pretty damn good. I mean, like, can't really complain about that. But if there's any left over, they'll get burned, which is great because you're reducing that whole circulating supply.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's similar. You go to your Walmart. This season you do certain type of toys. They don't sell. You got no shelf space. Then you take them off. We'll do very similar. We really for us, number one is to work out the legality around it, because our licensors needs to be aware that we're about to delete certain things. Because it makes the comments become quite hard. Some of these comments become ultra rares, perhaps, and artificially those prices will just go up because of supply and demand. But this is going back the same as Atari. They burned all those ET games, and when you do own one of those ET games, they were tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands, in mint condition. So the supply and demand is just same as physical.
You also Vinted as well. So
yes.
So you can actually see how much the supply is actually in that as well. But
Yes.
in the past, we had like American comments have got this much, but I'm not sure how many of those actually. So before
You're going to behave?
I will try not to ask anything funny. Yeah. Yeah. So firstly, I think you liked my video where I did the mixed reality drop. So that stuff is all definitely coming there. So that's I'm super excited for. Also, Singapore is definitely a great market for VeVe. But when I went there, a lot of people they were like, "This is amazing. I've never heard of this," but they got it straight away. So with the Asia marketing side, like, is it going to be more towards like kind of partnering up with the licensors to do it together, or do you guys have like your own strategy for targeting the Asian niche? Because they, collecting is definitely very big there.
Yeah, some obviously it's all IP driven. Some IP will be working with them. Yeah, some stuff we're doing the digital, physical and digital coming out. We're working with toy companies to be launching similar products. We've been working for a number, maybe up to even a year, with one of the largest toy manufacturers to come up with ways to do it. It is very difficult when you do these core branding. You don't want people to go to the retail shop, start ripping up the packaging, just taking out.
Yeah.
So we still, we're working around it with the brand owners in these local market. With the Asian market, it is very important that we find a good localized specialist. Japan will be one that we are very focused on at the moment.
I think you would have noticed this, David, is in Singapore they have vending machines everywhere that sell collectibles.
Correct.
If VeVe gets one of those, it'll be amazing.
Yeah. We have a lot of retailers that actually ask us to be partnered with. Like, yesterday was Friday, right? I was meeting with the largest collectible chain in UK. They own retail shop collectible store common throughout the whole UK. They want to partner up with VeVe. DesignerCon obviously is another very niche market that, we partner up if we bring you guys together here today. So, we'll be doing similar events in Japan, and I will go any, length to do it. I will dress up and cosplay to
Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
All right, we have time for a couple more, but I just want to give a heads up that the drop is happening in the next 5 minutes. It is Hype Bow. We do have physical Hype Bow for sale at the VeVe booth. And if you collect all three, you get the physical Dior piece. So if you're so inclined or you're so interested, we will be handling that at the VeVe booth. So, yeah, did you have a question?
So you collect 3 of the digital?
If you get all 3 of the digital,
you get the physical for free.
You get the Dior edition physical for free.
Okay. On the drop.
First 5. First 5 people to show.
Oh.
That changes. That's it. I don't have that many Dior games. Yeah. I better start running. All right. So just FYI.
And if you get the highest min number and high bell, I'm going to give away. I will sacrifice one of my trademark.
Trademark? What?
The trademark. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, logo card. Ooh. I thought that was only for tattoos. By the way, I've seen at least 6 so far this weekend. Where are this?
They do work. They are cap
The problem is that their font used for the promo code is a bit difficult. So their I's and the L's. Yeah. So
Otherwise, for this dude.
yeah.
And the O and the 0, they look very similar. So you might need to try a few times. But yeah, bring it up. We'll help you. We'll get him out later when he's not so busy.
We'll have a little bit of time left. So I want to get to this guy's question, and then we have some other things that we were going to just generally talk about. Okay.
So are we about on the question?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, just want to ask about the utility.
Yeah, so I think we're planning to roll out the next iteration of the utility program next month, hopefully, if all the timing works out. And then we'll take those rounds of community feedback as well, make sure that what we've designed is hitting the market, how people actually want it, and then develop it. We've done some of the back end stuff already, but that really starts.
You shouldn't have said next month. You shouldn't have said next month. No, they're like, Reese promised us.
What he means is the documentation. Yeah, we simply have to do a lot of work. It's very solid.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We just wanted to quickly talk about some cool upcoming things we want to talk about.
Yeah, do we want to do the drop before we do this?
Yeah, 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes. But...
September the 8th, I believe we are celebrating Star Trek Day.
Star Trek Day.
So we have our next vehicle series for Star Trek coming up. We like I mentioned earlier before, you see the comic that come out, you see the superhero. Here onwards, you're going to see a lot of vehicle type of product. You know, you got Star Trek coming out on September the 8th. I need to make sure I can't. And then I believe we are dropping the first, also this month, September, we are also dropping the first Star Wars vehicle. Okay.
Ford racers.
It is absolutely amazing, the detail. And
Time subject to change.
yeah. Okay. 30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds. Anybody else wants to go?
Come here, let's see.
Not yet, because the internet.
5 seconds. 1, 3, 2, 1.
No luck.
Okay, all right. It's a quite record number of people on the air. Yeah, we can see it from the back.
Yeah, real time data.
So what?
I guess you would. You got two.
Two.
All right.
What mid number?
Yeah, what
Wow.
7.
Just a small run.
3-8.
2-7.
Yeah, I think it's just two.
All right. I think that'll do it. Thank you very much, everybody. I know this was a packed room, and I've scooted it all in here and made it nice and cozy for everybody. We appreciate you coming out, not only to DesignerCon London, but to see us and to let us talk about the product that we love so much in front of everybody. We'll be around all the rest of the weekend. You got any more hot
Yeah,
info out for us?
yeah. So a couple of things that we'd like to ask. We myself and Dan, we thought very hard that our users probably want some accessories in their showroom. Is this something you guys want?
Yeah.
And what do you want to see in
Come
this
to showroom.
accessory? We just want to. Well, yeah, put your hand up. Tell us.
Wait, yeah, let's just take a couple.
Yeah.
So give me a hand. Yeah, what kind of accessory? Sets. Okay.
Reese remembers plants in showrooms.
Plants, sure.
Plants. Okay.
So when we think about like the metaverse, I think about how do we differentiate our collectibles. So like the capes you guys have mentioned, accessories for the collectibles.
Right. Mid-number badges, etc. Anybody else?
Slap for comics in the showroom?
Okay.
Hey, slabs for comics. Come on.
Yeah. When is combat?
Oh, you're not just gonna get way on stage.
David, what
Sorry?
what comics in showrooms?
Yeah.
Is that
Only he knows.
Well, actually, Dave's the CEO, so We want it out there.
Okay, we'll try to have it by Q1 2023. Is that doable?
24. It actually is very close right now. I think the most of the back end everything's done.
It's gonna be pretty soon.
I think the last thing we have to do
Famous
is
last words.
the comic's going to be in like a nice case. I think the last thing
You don't need to read it.
it's just going to be the cover. Yeah, so you can have like a beautiful comic wall, and we've got what I guess what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So basically, we're going to have a beautiful comic case, like a CGC case, and that's going to pull in all of the metadata. So it'll basically say what edition it is, what brand, what series, who owns it, all of that kind of cool stuff. So that's why it's taking a bit longer, because we want to do something a bit special with it rather than just throwing comic.
Yeah, and the other thing was, do you guys want to see comic deteriorate, like real physical, or you want to always keep it? I came up with that idea originally, so I mean, yeah. Well, hold on, the one guy is with me. I got one, two. I got two.
I feel like burn events are kind of the solve there.
So it's likely it's going to be the trade-in. When you have so many comments, you can trade in for a secret rare of something, or a prototype of a comic or collectibles.
When you say that tier, hold on to that. Is that ever going to be like sort of bring-ins, or say, kept that,
The original owner.
So you mean it's only been one owner?
Yeah.
I mean, in the real in the real comic world, we have the thing called pedigrees, right? Because the pedigree will be, for example, Dr. Profit owns a whole collection. He bought it, and it's only one or two owner. His entire secret rare, that's called a pedigree. Right? It's coming from a legitimate whale user. He owned it for 5 years, 6 years. When he sells that collection, maybe Christie's or Sotheby's, it will be categories. Maybe we'll we have those data. I guess is if we want to build something around it to level that up. But eventually, it's very likely. Yeah.
I think for that one, we hadn't really considered it. We'd have to scope it out and see, how much demand there'd be for something like that. But there will be a lot more transparency coming into 2023 with, price history, ownership history, all of that kind of stuff that, you would see on other platforms like OpenSea, etc.
Yeah. All right. We are over time in our room.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to give another thank you for everybody for showing up. So please give yourselves a round of But one piece of announcement about the after party, getting a lot of questions about the after party. It is first come, first serve. They're not guaranteed entry. I'm sorry. It is a small space. Booked it without knowing that the entirety of the European VeVe fam was going to come out, and so that's our bad. But we really look forward to hanging out with you, having a beer. Please try to get there early. There's some overflow. Oh, it's at the box right down there. There's no tickets. It's like first come, first serve. Oh, the wristbands were for shirt purchasers. Yeah. And it's drink vouchers only. It's not entry, but yeah.
What time does that start?
From 6 in theory, so
to 11.
Yeah. So yeah, I maybe like if I were you, maybe go to the terrace area around 5-ish.
Yeah.
Something like that. But DJ Edie is DJing tonight. We'll have food, drinks, etc. You want to take the selfie? All right. Everybody, get the angle. Get the angle so you get the. How about guys? Okay. 3, 2, 1. VeVe. Thank you. 272. Who was 272?
Everyone on the stream said thank you.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Hi, everybody on the stream. I just pretend that I don't like hair.
Yeah. Alex and our buddies.
Yes, sir.
And then you can sign it.
Oh, Reese. Everyone on the stream said thank you. Yeah, it was stream. Yeah, you know, I was streaming this, and then VeVe was streaming my stream for this channel. He's like, thanks, Kay. Kamel's for streaming him. Oh. Look at the diamond hands. Don't damage it with the diamond hands. It's gonna get scratched.
Do you want to solve it?